Hey folks, we're live. We're live. Hey guys, Dwayne Allen here, guys, and welcome to our very first episode of Outcome Control Business Solutions. We designed this podcast, where we can discuss strategies, ideas, and tools that could help people to take charge of their not just their financial destiny, but their destiny in general, and of course, their personal success. Now, again, the idea behind this particular podcast, comes from the fact that the ability to control your outcomes in life has become one of the greatest purposes or the greatest desires that people have. Everybody would love to have a little bit more control. Everybody would like to predict, what will happen in their life in the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road. And that doesn't mean we have a magic ball or some type of crystal ball, or we are see a man or see a woman. It's just a matter of understanding what are the principles that govern human life, what are the principles that govern success, not just in finances, but success in relationships, success in health, spiritual success, mental success, right? And so outcome control business solutions covers a wide variety of things. But today, specifically, we're going to be talking about finances. We're going to be doing a bit of a review. We're going to touch on this book here called The Business of the 21st Century, because the number one Google search, online, people are always asking, how could I go about making more money, right? And it's obvious that people have a desire to control their financial outcomes. And so this particular book here, Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki, which everybody should be familiar with. That gentleman who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We're actually going to get to dive into this book because he highlights a specific type of opportunity in this book here that I have used and is continuing to use as I'm on a journey towards financial freedom. All right, guys. So maybe it may be for you, maybe it may not be for you, right? We don't know as yet. All right. So the main business model that Robert Kiyosaki covered in this book is called network marketing. Some of you all would have heard about network marketing before. Some of you all would have been in network marketing before. Some of you all have very good experiences. Some of you guys may have had some very terrible experiences. Doesn't make a difference. We're going to discuss it, right? We're going to discuss some of the benefits, but some of the drawbacks, some of the criticism of this particular business model, right? So I hope you have your notepad and your pen prepared to take some notes. I'll actually put up some slides as well too, so you can get an idea of why network marketing is such a lucrative business. And unfortunately, people take it for granted or they go about doing it the wrong way. All right. So, so like I said, the title of this podcast is Outcome Controls Business Solution. Today we're covering Robert Kiyosaki's book, and the subject is really network marketing and financial freedom. So the idea and the purpose behind it is so that people could begin to strategize around their finances, that they could understand what tools are available as they are on their journey towards personal success. So the question that will be in the back of your mind and the back of every viewer's mind is, can network marketing be a viable business of the future that you could be able to sustain for the long haul? All right. Now, we're going to start off, first of all, in terms of who is Robert Kiyosaki. Again, like I said, everybody would have or should be familiar with him from his Rich Dad series, right? The first book he wrote was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I don't know if you read that book, but I remember reading that book maybe close to 12, 15 years ago. Can't remember how long. But I remember having mixed emotions, right? Joy and sadness, right? Because, you were sad because it's like, I mean, why didn't I have this book when I was in school, so that out of school I could kind of set my sail and set myself in the direction that I really want to go into. But I was joyful because thank God I don't have to continue being ignorant, right? Going on through life thinking I'm getting ahead when I'm not. And of course, that book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, it really focused in on, financial education and the lack thereof that people have, and how people kind of lock themselves into what they have been taught, growing up. Go to school, study hard, get a good education to get a good job. But Robert Kiyosaki really breaks open the door into entrepreneurship and business ownership and investments and things like that, and building assets. So we're going to be kind of covering some of those things here, today. So definitely Robert Kiyosaki, he is an advocate for network marketing. I mean, this guy has created significant wealth in the oil industry, gold, and of course in the education industry in terms of financial education. So he's definitely an icon when it comes to wealth building strategies. And if he recommends this business model, then I think it's something that we should definitely take a look at. Network marketing was first considered MLM, which is multi-level marketing, where it is a group of people or one person rather, make a difference. They will have access to products that they can sell. And then what they can go about doing is recruiting others to do the same exact thing, right? So let's dive into why network marketing and what Robert Kiyosaki said about it. But the first thing is that we're living in a modern economy, right, where there's technologies like artificial intelligence. There's a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes that a lot of people are not paying attention to. And it means that as AI technology and robotics begin to replace the working class people, the working class society has to come to a conclusion as to what is it that they are going to do. How are they going to survive? All right, I hope that makes sense. So the idea here is that you're looking at your traditional job security right now, and it's obvious that that is fading away. Things are becoming a little bit harder, a little bit tougher. More of your time is going out, you're tired, you're more tired, you're more frustrated because the money that you're making just doesn't fit the same hole anymore because, inflation and taxes eating us alive. So you get to realize entrepreneurship is essential. And if you wasn't aware of that, the pandemic, was a definite slap across the face for all of us. And so now we have to decide as to, what do we want to do? So network marketing really is a low risk, low cost entry, but it's a high yielding in terms of reward. All right. So because people are aware of the fact that it's a low cost entry, they usually take it for granted, right? Some people, when they pay a lot of money for certain things, then they respect it. But they don't understand that even though it's low cost and low risk, it is high effort and high reward. It's a lot of work you have to do when it comes to network marketing. But the point is that the advantage that a network marketer has is that there's an existing infrastructure and existing training that is going to be provided, things that have been there that they don't have to create anything from scratch, right? And a wise network marketer learns how to leverage those systems that are already in place. They learn how to leverage the infrastructure, which is the products and distribution arm, and they also learn how to leverage the education and the training from people who have become multi-millionaires in this industry. So the point is, this particular opportunity fits the gig economy, which is just like a side gig or like what you call like a side hustle. People are always, while after working, they're trying to find other things to do. Maybe on the weekend, sell some food, go and do some landscaping, washing vehicles, all sorts of different things people doing here. All sorts of things people do in their spare time just to create an income. But what network marketing allows you to do is allows you to scale your income through team building. So what is actually happening is that you are not just trading your time for money like in a traditional job scenario or a self-employed scenario. You are actually compounding your time, compounding your effort, and compounding your energy. And all that comes back to you. All right. So we're going to look at a little graphic in a little bit in terms of what leveraging that system looks like. Because as you talk about systems, the ideal word to describe building a network marketing business is really assets, because you're actually creating multiple sources of income. And so once you're talking about creating multiple sources of income and building teams, there's a few things that you have to get good at. You have to get pretty good at relationships. And so why is that important? Because in order for you to become successful, you have to help other people become successful first. To help other people become successful, you have to become a student of other people. have to become a student of personalities. So one of the things we do, we have created a program where we can determine what personality type an individual would be. So for us, there are 5 different personalities, but those 5 personalities exist on a scale, right? So you have openness, you have conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. And each one of those are on a scale. So sometimes somebody could be open, and sometimes they could be not open or closed, right? They could be conscientious, or they could be unconscientious, right? Or low in conscientiousness is rather the better term to use. Somebody could be high in agreeableness, or they could be very disagreeable. Somebody could be extroverted, or they could be introverted, right? But the point is, as we discover those personality types, we are able to identify what are the specific strengths and weaknesses of those individuals, where the opportunity lies for those people to improve, and where are some of the threats that can maybe cause that person to go through a self-sabotage. So by us studying these things and giving people tools to overcome them, then we could actually get them on the right track. And what happens is a beautiful thing, right? Is people become the best version of themselves because we're legitimately helping them overcome their real weaknesses. So they become very deeply appreciated, and those relationships become strengthened over years and years and years. So I don't want to spend too much time on that, but relationships is so important. One of the other key advantages is that when you leverage systems is that you can create residual income. You after building a team, and that team learns how to have value in themselves, meaning a person, they know what their strengths and weaknesses are, they apply the tools to overcome those things, they become a better version of themselves, they see more value in themselves, they know that they deserve more, and so now the belief in themselves go up, and they begin to take action. And as they begin to take action, sales and production begins to take place, and now you have a well-oiled machine that is moving, and the income begins to trickle in first, and then it begins to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And also, to network marketing is the solution to that time, for money exchange, which is usually the case in a side hustle. But once you're in a side hustle, you have to go out and exchange your time to make money. And in order to keep making money, you have to keep going out and trading your time. In network marketing, because you are leveraging your time, you're leveraging money, you find that over a period of time of investing time, effort, and energy, it comes back to you. So let's take a look at that now in the form of a graphic, so that we could all understand what it is I am talking about, right? All right, so when you look at the screen here, you're seeing an asset-based income sort of system, right? And you're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different outlets, or you could call it stores, or whatever the case you want to call it. This image here is just to depict the power of having multiple sources of income in the form of outlets, right? So when you look at a CEO, and of course, this CEO is in the B quadrant. I'll talk a little bit more about that, why the B quadrant is so important for us to get into and to function in. And that is really the essence of Robert Kiyosaki's books, is really teaching people how to move from the left side of a quadrant to the right side, which we're going to look at in a bit. All right, so as a CEO in the B quadrant, after going through a process of time, effort, and energy of building an asset, right, that through leveraging systems, let's say that person takes 5, 10 years to build, maybe 50 years to take to build it. The point is, after they build it, they just have to build it once, right? So after they build it, income keeps coming in from now on for the rest of their life, and also to their generations, right? So what happens in a 24-hour period? So let's say this particular CEO, they were able to build 13,000 outlets, 13,000 stores, distribution centers, websites, you name it. And these outlets open for 10 hours a day. It means that this CEO is actually generating an income on over 130,000 hours in one day time. There's only 24 hours in a day. This guy is crushing it. I'll tell you something, guys. When I saw this for the first time, this sounded illegal, but all I had to do was just drive around and look at different stores and different companies having multiple outlets all over the place. So it's absolutely legitimate. When you compare this to what the average person is going to do, meaning myself and yourself, we are going to be in the employed and the self-employed quadrant. And it means that we are locked into a 50-year system. A 50-year system. Is once you are employed or self-employed, you're locked in pretty much for life, right? Because income, once you stop working, income stops coming in because you're trading your time for it. So what does that look like? 10 hours a day on average by 20 days for the month. That's about 200 hours for the month that the average person is going to work. 200 hours a month by 12 months for the year. That's about 2,400 working hours a year. 2,400 working hours a year by 50 years until they retire, which is the track that 98% of the world's population is on. It means that they are going to accomplish 120,000 hours of work in a lifetime versus what one CEO does in a daytime. So here's the thing that I understood from this year. If I'm employed or self-employed, I can be the hardest worker, I can be the most diligent, I can be the most smartest person. I cannot outwork, cannot outperform somebody who is in the B quadrant. So when I understood that, I didn't care what it took. I understood that, listen, I have to find a way to get myself into that B quadrant so that I could be able to participate in this form of duplication or compounding. Very, 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 very important. Okay, so what is the B quadrant and all these different things, right? So this is something called the cash flow quadrant that Robert Kiyosaki highlights. If you're not aware of it, you could always Google that. But I'm not going to go into that right today. But it talks about, 4 types of people that are involved in business. Number one, some people come in as employees. So they work for a business. They work for somebody who owns a business and they trade their time for their boss's money. Number two, somebody who is self-employed. They don't work for anybody. They work for themselves, but they're still in a process of exchanging their time to make money. So no longer do they have one person who is a boss. They're going to have many bosses that are called customers, right? And if it is you don't serve a customer right, or they don't feel as though they are getting good service, they are ultimately going to go to your competitor. So that's why they are in the realm of your boss, so to speak. And of course, they're not going to pay you if they find that your work isn't done up to their liking, right? Number 3, which is where the book really focuses on as business owners, which I just spoke about just now, is where systems are leveraged. All right, systems are being leveraged. Systems that have already been created, have been tested, they have been proven to produce success and results in the lives of others. And so now business owners or potential business owners in network marketing can now leverage those systems. Then the last one is investors, right? These are the guys who use their money to make money, right? They put it in somewhere and they earn passive income from their investments. Now, I'm not here to promote investing. There are some guys who do it. More power to them. But based upon my understanding and everybody's understanding, hopefully, you just have to look it up. Once you're looking at investments or trading, those are what you call zero-sum games. A zero-sum game is where in order for somebody to win, somebody has to lose. So when you put money into an investment and you do not make any money on that, or you lose your money, somebody else gained that money. And likewise, wherever you gain money from an investment, somewhere somebody else lost money. That's what investing is about. It's very, very high risk. As have no way to get your money back. Right? The only way to get your money back is you reinvest and hope somebody loses, and so that you could gain. But a sum game is what it is we are talking about. Network marketing is a sum game. It's where it is a customer wants a product, they find value in the product helps solve their problem, and they are more than willing to exchange their money for it. It's a happy exchange. They are pleased. So they win and we also win, right? So the idea is here, guys, network marketing tries to get people out of the employee, self-employed mindset into that entrepreneurial business owner mindset without having to quit their job. It's something that you do part-time and you do in your spare time. So I always tell people you have everything to gain and nothing to lose, right? We'll get into the talking points of whether it's difficult or whether it's hard and all of these different things, right? But let's talk about some of the benefits of network marketing, right? The idea here is that it's more than just making money, even though that's why most of us started. It's more heavily and revolves around personal development and the relationships aspect, right? Which I spoke about last time. Because the personal development process is where you understand your weaknesses, right? And you begin to overcome it by using some of the tools that are available. And so now you become better every single day. And there's this increasing value in who you believe you are and what you believe you deserve. So definitely some business and life skills development is going to be a major benefit by being involved in network marketing. You learn how to sell, you learn about leadership, which is serving other people. You learn about mental toughness and resilience. You learn how to leverage a mentor, all right? You learn how to engage in a mentor and have that mentor coach you, and you become an apprentice and learning from somebody who have accomplished the lifestyle that you want or who is on track, right? So you get to humble yourself a little bit too, right? Because a mentor don't tell you what you always want to hear. They tell you what you need to hear, right? And some of the benefits is you're not just focusing on selling products, right? That's like 30% of really what the business is. The really big part of it, the 70% of it, is understanding how to leverage relationships, how to master your finances so that you could get to a place called financial independence. You see, and I could get into some of the criticism as well too, and some of the downsides. You know, people look at network marketing as a get-rich-quick scheme, and it's really not. It's not even a get-rich-slow scheme. It's a get-rich-once scheme, in my opinion, right? A get-rich-once. Get-rich-once, master relationships, master finances, so that you would know how to invest that money into the right things because you have a mentor who have been down that pathway already, and you know how to secure relationships by not violating trust, by being a good, decent human being, right? Not trying to manipulate or take advantage. Doesn't mean that you're perfect, but the point is that you are able to genuinely help people and serve people. All right, that's so important. So you have to make a distinction between what are legitimate network marketing companies and what are pyramid schemes. And you see, pyramid schemes is not something that is new. That has been around for a while. As a matter of fact, when we look at the data, right, and some of the history, network marketing has been around since 1975, right? Well, since 1959, it has been around, really and truly. But as time went on, of course, governments became skeptical of them and they began to have investigations and stuff taking place as it revolves around network marketing. So somewhere around 1970, 75 is where they considered network marketing to be an illegal pyramid scheme. However, in 1979, a US federal judge, after the FTC and the FBI conducted investigations into these business models, they recognized that these business models are actually legitimate business models. And a matter of fact, they actually added another competitive edge into the marketplace. Because when they did their research and they looked at the quality of the products, they realized the quality was way better than some of the other products that were on the market at the time. So if an entrepreneur is looking at network marketing, they should consider the length of time the company has been in business. That's a big one. Because some fly-by-night companies come on, and then they disappear, and then your money disappears too. And then you start saying, hey, I was scammed, right? No, you didn't do your diligence. You didn't do your proper research. The second thing that you have to pay attention to is the upfront investment to start the business. You'll find many reputable companies does not require large startup costs. Once you hear a large amount of money to start quote-unquote network marketing business or referral business, you should have a red flag going up in your mind, right? That's a big red flag. As a matter of fact, in our company, there's a zero startup cost, right? You could start up for $0, get access to free platforms, which is our website, get access to free education for a year, take full advantage of it, start making money. And then after a year, you got to start running your business like a legit business, right? So that's important. You're going to become an apprentice. The product return policy of the company. You find that many reputable companies, they do offer a return policy for a full refund. Our company does that as well too. Within 6 months of using a product, you could return it if you are completely dissatisfied for a full refund. And also to, if somebody uses a product and experience some side effect, because of the limited liability insurance coverage on each of the products, we as business owners, we are not held liable for that, right? And I think that's a beautiful thing. That's the system that we're leveraging with respect to products. When it comes to the other part of it, with the networking and having other people become a part of your business team, that's where you need training and education, right? You need that training support system. And of course, we have a training support system with literally thousands of years of experience of people who have been through the rigor and has created significant wealth and significant success in their business and in their life. And they are there willing, ready, and able to teach us how to go about doing it. I want to put up a graphic here so that you could see what it is I'm talking about with respect to pyramid schemes. Because that's going to be a big thing in the mind of people, right? Pyramid schemes. This particular structure here that you're looking at, it really looks like it is the structure of all organizations, right? So if you look at our job, there's a CEO, there's probably a board of directors, there are the regional managers, district managers, managers, supervisors, then the employees. If you look at our church, there's a pastor, there's the associate pastors, then the lay ministers, all the way down to the congregation. Look at the government, it's a prime minister, you have his cabinet, and then you have all these government offices. Everything follows up a pyramid structure. The thing is that everybody at the bottom, all of the workers, all of the employees, or the congregation, they could never make more money than the person who's at the top of these particular pyramid structures. And people come with that same mindset into a network marketing business, and it is not true, it's not so. In a network marketing business model, it is a performance-based system, not a position-based system. A position-based system is the church. The position-based system is in an organization. It's different here. And let me explain that to you. Let's say I am person A, right? I am person A. I would have referred you to the program. You're person B. I've helped you become successful. I am earning about a 6% check, a performance based upon your efforts. You, however, went and outworked me. You have helped 3 different persons to become successful. You have 3 6% performance bonus checks. So you are making more money than me, even though I referred you. Likewise, let's say you referred person C. They have helped 6 different people to become successful, making way more than me and you put together, even though they got started after both of us. So that kind of deals with the idea of whether or not this is a pyramid scheme or not, right? So kind of flush that out of your brain there a little bit. So the idea is here, guys, as we're wrapping up, the point is that taking control of your financial future is definitely possible with this particular business model. This particular model, guys, it offers a minimal risk and of course a high potential reward, which when you look at the whole duplication factor of that CEO in the B quadrant doing 130,000 hours of work in a day, it's like, hey, you can't compete with that if you're employed or self-employed. The thing is that it's for ordinary people, network marketing. It doesn't mean that you have to have subjects and degrees and all of these different things. Anybody from anywhere can build these types of businesses, right? Is once you have a goal, once you have a dream, once you have a future that you want to get, or the desired future or desired outcome that you could work towards, then it's there for you. But definitely success is going to require commitment. It's going to require you developing yourself, right? It's going to require you learning how to build relationships. And not everybody wants to do those things. So that's why it's not for everybody, right? Matter of fact, when people say, Dwayne, I've heard about network marketing before, I really very much compare it to beef, like food, beef, because some people have been a part of network marketing and they have had a corned beef experience, right? No offense to people who eat corned beef, but that is not a healthy food, right? Corned beef. Some people has had a corned beef experience. Some people have had a mincemeat and spaghetti experience. But I'll tell you something: the guys who I'm associated with, the guys we work with, they have prime premium T-bone porterhouse steaks that is pan-seared with rosemary and seasoned with garlics and stuff like that. That is what they have made out of the business, guys. Some phenomenal marbled ribeyes steaks, sirloin steaks, some of the best steaks that they have made with network marketing opportunity. And I love how the steaks taste. Tastes really, really good. Way better than corned beef, I'll tell you that. Way better than mincemeat, way better than burgers. Right? So I don't know what your goal is, guys, but the idea is this is about offering a fresh perspective on entrepreneurship. It's about you taking control of your financial freedom. What we recommend, guys, subscribe to this channel, comment, share your experience on what network marketing has been for you. If it has been a corned beef experience, put it in there. Let's laugh about it. But if you want to change that to a premium steak experience, go right ahead and you can contact me on, you could get me on 868-307-5732, or you could email us at outcomecontrolbusinesssolution@gmail.com, and we will be able to set up a one-on-one consultation session with you, help you to learn and understand what it is we do, how it is we do it, and if it aligns with you and you align with us, maybe we could partner up there. But folks, this has been the first session. First episode is in the bag. Is this easy, guys? No, it's not easy. Is it simple? Absolutely simple, right? It's not easy though. But if you desire to learn more, like I say, reach out to us and we will get things going. So guys, Dwayne Allen, over and out, your host with the most. See you on the next one. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.